Porter, last year, they had Purdue, Ole Miss, and that really give them a great scoring punch. Are they different this year, or do they have somebody like that this year?
No, I mean, I know they have a ton of guys that can score. Trent Perry we knew from being with Kentucky. Carmine, they've got, I mean, he's, one of the most efficient guys in the league. I mean, assists, score. He's a bigger point guard at 6'5". And I think Malik Dia just is he's an all-league preseason guy. He just gives you a lot of problems. He can take you off the dribble. He's knocking down. He hit a three against us last year. They go to him a lot. So AJ Storr has been a career guy that's scored a lot for him. He's had big games for him this year. I really like Pinkins, the freshman. I've known him. I know his dad's one of the assistants. I've known him. I've always really liked him. So they got a number of guys. I mean, we're familiar with Corey Chest from LSU. So going to be a typical SEC game. They're long rebound. They got multiple guys that can score. And then knowing, Chris Beard's teams, they're just going to be like going to the dentist to try to score against. I mean, just very, very physical on everything they do.
Porter, how do you feel this team has been in terms of learning the lessons? You feel like they've learned the lessons to be ready for what's about to happen here?
Yeah, I think this team cares. It's been one of our biggest strengths. They've been able to take film sessions when we haven't done something well and applied it. So absolutely. I love coaching this group because they do that. We got a lot to improve on, and each one of them has an individual cross to bear that they have to get better, and then collectively we have some. But the thing that gets you going as a player and as a coach is when you look at that player and go, man, he really cares about getting better, and he applies it. Because a lot of times guys are lip service. They're nodding their head, but you don't see any change in their push to get better. And that's where I think this group, when they see it, we talk about it, and then I see an intentionality to try to address things. And that's why you have to have that going forward. You got to be a relentless pursuit to get better heading into this league. I mean, every game you've got to pick yourself up and get better, whether you won or lost, and that's what we're about to enter.
Besides that intentionality, what do you feel like you learned most about this new group of players through these first 13 games?
I think, I feel at times we're getting better defensively. We've shown flashes of it. I think I really think they've taken care of the ball, and that's going to be a key against Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss thrives on turning you over and then going to convert it. They're very good at it. X and Nigel's been really, really solid in the backcourt with that, taking care of the ball, being efficient. I just think for us, I think our bench is getting better from looking back at the beginning of non-conference. Adding Jadon Jones, getting him healthy, gives you a veteran guy. I think Kowalitok's growing in terms of his game. You got some depth now at the 5 with Kirill and Kai. Jeff gives you, I mean, he's been playing solid. So I think what I've learned too is through time, our bench has gotten more experience, and that's going to help us move forward.
How much has Xavier's health and just the momentum that he's built since being healthy kind of changed what you've been able to do?
I mean, X is, we've talked about it a lot. Like ever since the Alcorn, that 3-game stretch after he turned his ankle, we had that week off, and he's been terrific. I mean, he's got his bounce, he's got his joy, he's got, not that he didn't have joy when he's hurt, but you know how it is when you're not 100%. You're sometimes faking your joy because you know deep down. But he's leading better, and he's feeling great, and we got to continue that heading into the league.
Ford, when you put this team together, and I know sometimes you have concepts or the guys that you can get, but did you look at them and say, this team I think can really compete in the SEC? I mean, do you feel like this team is athletic enough to go in this league?
Yes, I think one thing going through it last year, was just game in and game out the trenches of athletes.
Yeah.
In the trenches, the rebounding. There were so many times I'd watch the tape and it was, you know, it was in the trenches, and we were a foot, our arms were a foot lower than the other arms. So I feel like, you know, in the trenches, I think we've got some size, you know, not, you know, just up front with Mo, Kai and Kirill. Then I think Tay and Darion gives you some length in there to rebound. So I just think, and then offensively, this is one of our best offensive rebounding teams. We got, you know, Mo and Tay are in the top 5 in the SEC right now in offensive rebounding. And we're in the top, I think, 75 or something. We've been, you know, we've been small, so we've been so much about transition D. And now we're sending more guys to the glass because we're a little longer, and I think we're getting some extra possessions.
You've mentioned Kai a couple times. Is it too early to know about Kai and Dayton?
He'll be available.
Kai will?
Kai will be available.
Dayton?
Dayton's probable. You know, he's probable. But Kai's back. Kai's back. He's feeling good. He's got everything. And Dayton's probable.
Anything else for Coach?